What's up, everybody? Coach Norris tapping in for season 3 of TTG for Real Film Room Breakdown. Today we have running back Joe Mixon. He had 313 touches, 1,424 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 6.15 yards per touch with 0 fumbles. On the next screen, I will break down the actual thought process of the running back and the actual play. Let's get started. Base 11 personnel, 35 counter. 35 is the odd number. We read from left to right, so he is going to the left. It is an over front. It's a D-gap course. Mixon makes Greedy Williams miss off the edge as he splits the defenders. 1, 2, 3, boop, he splits them. And now he makes Demarius Randall miss when he gets his knees to his chest and gets tackled by Ward for a 41-yard gain. Gun 12 personnel, 24 inside zone versus the over front. It's a B-gap course. The B-gap is taken by Richardson, so now he gets his eyes on the number 2 and reads the number 3, which happens to be Wilson. He's reading Wilson movement, and Wilson moving left open the front door for a touchdown. Gun 12 personnel, 23 inside zone versus the 42 front. It's a B-gap course. Mixon sees Ogunjobi in it. Mixon now reads Joe Schobert. Schobert slow plays it, so Mixon fills the back window. Reed open for another touchdown as he presses it. Gun 11 personnel, 23 inside zone versus the Cleveland Browns over front. It's a B-gap course. Joe Mixon notices the entire defensive line and linebackers crash to the right, which leaves the backdoor read open for a touchdown. So he presses it, sticks his foot in the ground, and that backside A-gap is open. Gun 12 personnel, 24 inside zone read versus the New York Jets extension of a Bear Zero front with the first level defenders. Hewitt crashes the backside A-gap, which then leaves the back window read open. He presses it, he sees nothing. Now he sticks his foot in the ground for a touchdown. Base 11 personnel, although it says 13, Coach must have been on that wait last night. But anyway, so 48 toss versus the Raiders equal front. It's a D-gap course. Mixon sees all gaps are covered, so he just turns into an athlete and just does what he does best. No need for me to be Booger McFarlane and overanalyze things. Base 12 personnel, zoom is the motion. It's a play action running back out versus the cover 0. It's an easy pitch and catch because the misdirection and the motions and the trades of the Cincinnati Bengals leave Joe Mixon wide open for an easy touchdown. Empty personnel, Joe Mixon is going to run a T route versus the cover 1. The Bengals run a mini pick with the tight end, big body in to make it harder for the defender to fight through, and Joe Mixon looks it in and catches it for a touchdown. If you watch the film, this is one of the 2 plays that they do quite often. We just saw this. This is their bread and butter. Base 11 personnel zoom play action running back out versus the Bills Bear cover 0 front. Mixon adjusts. He looks the ball in and catches it for a touchdown. Gun Cougar 12 personnel, 24 inside zone read versus the Browns extension of a 50 front. It's a B-gap course. Mixon presses the B-gap but sees Gustin stunts into it, which then leaves the side door read open. He presses it, and then he cuts to the side door, and now it's off to the races, and he picks up as much as he can before he gets tackled. Gun 11 personnel, 23 inside zone versus the Cleveland Browns over front. It's a B-gap course. Joe Mixon presses it. He sees Cox Jr. stunted to the B-gap. He sees TJ Carrier blitzing to the C-gap, which then leaves the side door open, and he bounces it all the way out to the left. He makes Greedy Williams miss. Him and Greedy Williams, they just don't get along for some reason on this breakdown, but he gets up a big game. Gun 11 personnel, 48 pitch versus the Patriots Bear 0 front. No need for me to overanalyze it. Mixon just become instinctive, and it's just simple backyard football where he's just trying to make a play and make some shake. You know, looking like Barry Sanders right there for a big game. Base 11 personnel, hoop play action running back screen left versus the Buffalo Bills 50 under front. Mixon sells the sells the fake. He could have sold it a little better, but he stays patient, looks the ball in. Now it's just off to the races. And whoever said the NFL don't be smacking no more, Jordan Poyer had something to say about that. Empty personnel, Joe Mixon runs a hitch route or a stop, depending on how your offensive coordinators like to verb it. The Miami Dolphins are in a cover 3. Joe Mixon does a good job of getting his shoulders over his toes, looking back at the ball, making the defender miss, and getting the yak yardage for another first down. And there you guys have it. Coach Norris finished the first episode of the Season 3 TTG for Real Film Room of Joe Mixon. Comment what you guys think about him. Good, bad, ugly, who cares? Follow me on all of my social media platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Email me if you need work done, and we can work out everything else. And I always got that thing on me on my hip, so y'all can hit me too. 903-851-1598. I also got the TTG merch coming very, very soon in the next couple of videos. Stay tuned.